I mean, it's like I send around these plays, and they don't want real drama. I'm doing. This novel that I'm working on. I mentioned the play, but the novel that I'm working on concomitantly with, concurrently rather, with uh, the play is now about 73,000 words, and the play is about 57,000, and it's near done. This book will probably end up about 80,000, and I've actually done something differently than I did before. Is that I wrote 86,000 words or so, paired back to about 56,000. Then now got it up to about 73,000. It'll probably end up 80,000, no more than 80,000. But
Why did you take out so many words?
because I wanted to get the spontaneity of someone. The main character in one half of the book is the wife of Gorgeous George, the wrestler, and
Uh,
I picture her as a sort of the girl from Days of Heaven from the Malick film, and
yeah, you
so
told me that you used epigraphs from Days of Heaven. Did you remove that stuff or something? I think you were telling me
no,
that you
no,
felt that.
no,
Okay.
no. The epigraphs to each chapter has something to do with that, but I wanted to get that spontaneity. And then the other half of the book is Gorgeous George in conversation or interviews talking about his life directly. And so it's structured to a degree, sort of like the Bridge books, Mr. and Mrs. Bridge. But on the other hand, it's something different. And to get the spontaneity, I wanted to put it out, cut it back, then add things and uh, sparingly so that I get a combination of poesy and also spontaneity. Because the female character, the wife of Gorgeous George, can sometimes be insightful and then sometimes say some stupid shit. She'll sometimes sound like a cracker. Other times she'll sound like a fairly intelligent person. But she's clueless about it. So,
What is
but
the title of this book?
it's Noir Kid, Noirchid, a combination of noir and orchid, because Gorgeous George was called the human orchid. So I originally was going to make the Noir Kid of the title be Gorgeous George and have him be dark and stormy. But then I said, no, the wife being it is more interesting. There's still some things that I'm going to do in there, and it's just going through it, just churning it and turning it and playing with it and writing stuff and tossing the stuff that doesn't need to be there. Some of the stuff that I tossed was just stuff that some of the chapters for example, they go from chapter 1 to 13 in the wife's voice, and then there are 12 interview sections. The interview sections start off uh, at the end of his life, Gorgeous George, in 1962. So the first interview is in 62. The last one takes place in 1937, I think. So he goes backwards in time. So we get him devolving as she's evolving. And at a certain point they cross. And this is when they get divorced in like 1951. And it's just interesting because you're doing things playing with it. And with the play that I'm doing, the musical, it's different than the first musical in that uh, there's more self-consciousness that the characters are in a musical because sometimes they'll just play like I just sketched out a scene where um, uh, uh, which song is it? It might be Gordon Lightfoot's Sundown, the song Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot, a Canadian singer,
Mhm.
who but I have the music is playing, but no one's singing it, and so the music is playing, and the Danny Wagner character is reacting to it after he's been rejected by the Megan character, um, and so yeah, you have to do all these different things, but uh, I don't want to get too much talking about the art, so I want to get away from it. So, what was the original question again?